Good morning and welcome to Backyard and Beyond. This morning we're visiting with Laura Schwenninger, who is the Cass County Conservationist. Good morning to you, Laura.
Good morning.
Well, Laura, you always have something going that's mostly outside, having to do with our furry and feathered friends, and we're going to talk about the feathered friends first.
Yes, we're going to be having a bird feeder workshop coming up, and that will be Saturday, November 20th, and we will be, if you want to sign up for that, make sure you give us a call down here at the office by November 12th. So what we'll be doing, it'll actually be at the Cass County Courthouse at the in the basement meeting room. And we're going to be making some suet bags and hopefully some suet logs for the bird feeders. So that's the logs that you put the suet in.
Okay.
So,
and that's why you need a registration, right? Because you're going to have all those materials.
Yeah,
there
we're going to have
people.
materials. We're hoping so.
Wow.
And I've been raiding people's firewood piles for some good logs that we're going to drill out and make for suet feeders.
Okay. You know what? That could make, I'm already into Christmas, Laura. That could make a nice Christmas gift for grandparents or somebody you know is a bird watcher, and have that one done, and homemade, handmade.
Yep, and we're going to reuse, we're going to, so if you have any onion, like mesh bags lying around after you buy your onions, that sort of thing, bring them with, because that's what we'll be using, and then we're going to mix up the suet, and then we're going to do some things with suet. We haven't decided yet if we're going to make a tube feeder. That's what we're kind of leaning towards. So we might be making a whole other feeder as well, or letting you choose what you want to make. So.
Now, you mentioned the onion bags. Potato bags probably are not
it depends on the holes.
Yeah.
If it's about the size of, you don't want to go any bigger than about the size of a dime.
Okay.
For the holes in the mesh.
Okay.
Yep.
And could they be smaller? I'm thinking I have an unused little bag there that has small holes in it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They can be smaller. You're just going to see different birds come in for that.
Yeah.
That will decide they want to pick at it for a while.
And what kind of birds are we going to expect that like the suet?
The suet really attracts the pine siskins and the woodpeckers, all the ones that kind of have those the bigger beaks that are looking for that high protein diet that they need throughout the winter. So.
Yep. And of course there is some fat in there. I mean, you're talking about high protein, kind of high calorie.
Yep. And we go the easier route instead of melting down animal fat. We have some recipes out there that substitute some things that work just as well.
Okay, so that's something you get to take home too, are those recipes?
All the recipes, and
you want to do that at home again. It seems like we haven't had very many birds around. Is that?
Yeah, and we've been talking about that, how the migration's kind of hanging back with the songbirds, with the smaller birds. Because I have a friend in Des Moines, and he still has a hummingbird coming to a feeder.
Oh my goodness!
So, yeah, I think it's hanging back a little bit. It hasn't hit that cold, wet, that coldness yet. So I don't know.
So, but we
got to prepare.
Yes. I'm afraid we know that snow is coming, and then it's going to be a lot harder for the birds to get something to eat. Although, if you have bushes with the crabapple trees and other kind of bushes, that's going to help the birds.
And then the
too.
wildlife plantings that you can plant. There are ones out there that will, you can look up what birds they're going to attract, how long they keep their berries, that sort of thing.
What about some grasses? Are there grasses that would have some seeds that could be useful?
There's some out there that you can plant in your backyard that are beneficial, more beneficial for the birds.
And so, now we're sort of ending the season. We're probably not too much into planting, but think about next spring what you might like to plant that would help out the birds. And actually, that helps out your budget too, because you might not have put out quite so much bird feed.
And you're still seeing the birds come in. So there's trees out there that that hold those berries, and shrubs as well, and that hold those berries that are going to bring in your birds.
Yeah, very good. And they love it, and you love it, and sometimes we don't have these anymore, but we used to have a tree that had some berries on it that attracted, they were teeny little kinglets, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they were so fun to watch. The tree was right by the window, and so we could watch those little birds just fly in and out. And so you kind of got to watch for what kind of birds are going to be attracted to what kind of feed.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so
That's
that
all part of it.
workshop is
Saturday, November 20th at 1 p.m. At the Cass County Courthouse, and come in those south doors and come down into the basement, and we will have everything ready to go. And just make sure you call my office and pre-register by the 12th.
Okay, that's this Thursday. That's just
Pretty good. It's coming up. So, yep, and our phone number down there in Lewis is 769-2372.
How are you listed in the phone book? Are you in the current phone book under like Cass County Conservation?
Yes,
maybe?
we're under we'd be under the government pages in the
Cass
county government.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Very good.
Yep.
Just in case they forget, that's the place to find you. But knowing you, Laura, you have some other things coming up too.
Yes, and of course we always try to pick something that's going on during the busy season of Christmas, and when Atlantic is having some Christmas things going on. Instead of natural holiday decorating, which is what we switch off with, we've decided to try our green home products and get people in that want to make some recipes of some things that they can go out and try that are just a little bit friendlier. And so we are going to do green home products on Saturday, December 4th, and that's at 1 p.m. as well. And that one will be at the Atlantic Public Library Community Room down there. And we're going to be making a couple recipes for our cleaning supplies, and then we're also going to make one big batch, and people will be able to take home some laundry detergent. We're going to make our own laundry detergent.
Interesting. Have you tried this out, Laura?
I've got everything to try it out. So
we still want our clothes to be clean.
Yes, barring anything, we will be making the laundry detergent. But it sounds like it's a pretty good recipe, and Robinson's Hardware has been helping me get everything ready and supplies wise, that sort of thing. But
I'm guessing, maybe I'm wrong, that some of the cleaning products probably involve baking soda and vinegar.
Yeah,
I mean, those are two of the greatest cleaners, and we sort of ignore them.
Yeah, and a lot of times people don't realize, people are a little worried about if they make their own cleaner that it's not going to last as long and that sort of thing. And yes, there's a shelf life to everything, but the shelf life on some of these recipes are still, months into years that they stay good. There are some out there of the green recipes that only last, a couple weeks. They tell you to make a new batch.
Okay.
But we'll be talking about that at the program.
I was going to say, we don't want them to last for years. They need to be used up if we're going to
Right,
use it.
right.
We're supposed to be cleaning with them.
Yeah, but most of the recipes are able, you're able to cut them in half or
okay.
make a smaller batch.
And again, and this is another cost factor too. When you look at the products that you buy, they're relatively expensive, and the green ones, sad to say, most of them are more expensive than the non-green ones, and so this is another way to save some money.
Like the laundry detergent figures out to be like 8 cents per load for the batch we'll make, and versus what you probably spend, on your laundry detergent. So if you want to come to that, make sure you give us a call too, because we want to know who's coming and how many people to expect. We will be taking registrations until the 30th. So until the end of this month, give us a call down at the office. Tell us you want to come or how many people that are going to come, and sign up for that Green Home Products.
Okay. Another advantage I just thought of is you can clean out a lot of that stuff under your sink. That's why I keep a lot of cleaning supplies. And it gets pretty full if you keep putting more bottles because you think you got to have more specific stuff. Use some of these cleaners, you can clean out that space. So lots of advantages.
Downsize.
Absolutely. So I guess, we should just say thank you to Laura for all the things that you provide and keep people up to date. Remind us again of the bird feeding time place.
The bird feeding workshop is Saturday, November 20th, 1 p.m. at the courthouse in the basement meeting room.
And call Thursday.
Yep.
Okay, number last time?
769-2372.
All right. Thank you very much, Laura
Thank
Schweniger,
you.
Cass County Conservationist. Until next time, here's the thought. Turn a stumbling block in your path into a stepping stone to success.